Dean for Student Affairs at the Louis Brandeis School of Law at the University of Louisville. You have been listening to the beautiful music of the University of Louisville alumna, Misaki Hall, Jennifer Terrell, and Maddie Rowe. Let's give them a round of applause. Beautiful ladies, beautiful, beautiful. They have been with me for so many years before they graduated. Now they graduated, they're still with me. I just love them to death. You all beautiful. Please put your cell phones on silent. And for those who are able and who wish to, please rise for the processional. Dr. Joanne Sweet, leading the graduates. Please be seated. Dignitaries, graduates, friends, on behalf of the Office of Student Affairs at the Louis-D Brandeis School of Law, welcome to the Convocation ceremony of the class of 2025, the Justice League. Many thanks must be given, so bear with me. Would all of the loved ones, yes, that's you loved ones, who are able, who have supported these graduates on this unbelievable journey, please stand and be recognized so your graduates can salute you. All loved ones. All loved ones. Yes. Yes. In the balcony. Yes. All loved ones. Thank you so much. Thank you. Would all active and retired military and veterans on stage and in the audience please rise to be recognized? Thank you for your undying service. Thank you. Yes. Would all first responders please rise? We have to recognize you. All first responders. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. The Office of Student Affairs wants to point your attention to the last page of the program. We thank Dean Jacobs and the Office of the Dean and all of those offices that are listed on the back of your programs, the organizations, the people who are listed. They helped behind the scenes, they helped within the scenes. I thank the faculty and staff marshals who are serving today and all of the faculty and staff who have assisted through this process, who are participating. We give a special thanks to our sign language team from ASL, CNH Audio, who's back here behind stage doing what they do best, McKeel Video Services, the Palace administrators, Chartis Harrison and Sydney. We thank you, Sydney Anthony, and all the Palace staff. Thank you all so much for helping us today. And we have to give a shout out to LMPD Security for keeping us safe, making us feel safe, and to you, our guests. Thank you all. At the core of my personal thanks for this ceremony are Ms. Tara Stefanelli, Mrs. Tracy Cole, Ms. Kelly Brady, Mr. Joe Wiegand, and Dr. Mark Martinez. Thank you. What a journey. Our returning interns, Grace, Serenity, Amy, Hannah, thank you for today and for a fabulous year. I'll see you next year. To our incoming SBA officers, Jess, Ian, and on stage is our incoming SBA President-elect, Mr. T.J. Hensley. Thank you, guys, for all that you have done to help me with this ceremony. They've been with me a long time. To the graduating chief interns, Bailey Garden, Leilana Jones, Sarah Bryan. We've had some memories, haven't we? And to my wonderful other interns, I love Katie. We call her Katie Catherine Barker, but we call her Katie. And Lakin Wadsworth, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We thank our outgoing SBA president, who's on the stage, Loandria, Andy Julia Dahmer. What memories? And our executive vice president, Charlie Studemeyer, Lene Studemeyer. To all the organization officers who I just saw walking through that row, you guys, what a journey, 3 years. We love you. And to all the graduates, thank you for a strong leadership team. I appreciate you. I will miss you. Please know that. Thank you so much. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our dean, Dean and Professor of Law of the Louis D. Brandeis School of Law at the University of Louisville, Dean Melanie B. Jacobs.
Thank you so much, Dean Coel. And already we're going to go off script because we want to wish you a happy birthday. The graduates of the class of 2025 wanted to sign and wish you well. Welcome, graduates of the class of 2025, and welcome friends, partners, loved ones, especially to the loved ones and friends. Your graduate sits here today in large part because of your support, so thank you so much. I know there's a lot of introductions, but I would be remiss if I did not introduce who is here on the platform party, so please let me do that. First, our commencement speaker, the Honorable Brian Edwards, Judge of the Jefferson County Circuit Court's 11th Division. Thank you, Judge Edwards, for being here. Also speaking today is our Student Bar Association President for the class of 2025, Lo Andrea Andy Julie Dahmer. And President of the Brandeis Law School Alumni Council and attorney at White and Eldemeyer, Matthew Bonnell, who is enjoying his first true commencement as he was caught in the COVID years, so he's very excited to be here. At this time, I'd like to introduce the outstanding faculty at the University of Louisville Brandeis School of Law. As I introduce you, would each faculty member please stand and remain standing if you are able? And then everyone maybe hold your applause until we've gone through the rest of the stage party. So first, chosen by our graduates to serve as the hooding faculty are Professors Luke Milligan, Enid Truchios-Haynes, Lisa Nicholson, Thomas Blackburn, Dan Cannon, and Mark Murphy. Joining them on stage are Professors Tim Hall, who's our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Dr. Joanne Sweeney, our Associate Dean of Intellectual Life, who also, as you know, is serving as Grand Marshal, Lenita Baker, Hind Sheth, Kurt Metzmeyer, Joe Dunman, also a Marshal, another Marshal, Dr. Mark Martinez, Jeff Metzmeyer, Chris Kozel, Julie Campbell, Ariana Levinson, and let me take a moment to let you all know that Professor Levinson is our 24-25 Teacher of the Year, so we can give her a round. This is our biggest group of faculty. It's really fun to be able to say everyone's name. Minotho Nkobo, Scott Campbell, also a Marshal, Cassie Chambers Armstrong, Bailey Egan, Dr. Tony Arnold, Sam Markison, Susan Tanner, and Russ Weaver. Now we can give everyone a round of applause. And yes, you may be seated. But it would be fun to sort of put you on the spot and have you stand the way you put them on the spot for 3 years. So anyway, but we'll let them sit. I'd like to introduce our first speaker, the class of 25 magna cum laude graduate and Student Bar Association President, Andy Dahmer. In a class of outstanding leaders, Ms. Dahmer shines. In addition to serving as Student Bar Association President, Ms. Dahmer is the sole law student member of the American Bar Association's Board of Governors and was one of 12 Ms. J.D. Fellows selected nationally in 2025. Ms. Dahmer was also a member of the Brandeis Inn of Court and the University of Louisville Law Review. Prior to law school, she was a Truman Scholar, Rhodes Scholarship finalist, New Leaders Council Fellow, and graduate of Emerge Kentucky. She's worked with the U.S. House of Representatives, the Kentucky Supreme Court, and the Kentucky State Senate, as well as nonprofit organizations such as Mothers Esquire and the World Affairs Council. Ms. Dahmer was also a student attorney at the Robert and Sue Ellen Ackerson Law Clinic, doing litigation around domestic violence and helping domestic violence survivors. Prior to coming to Brandeis, she was student body president and student regent at Western Kentucky University, where she graduated summa cum laude with quadruple majors in Econ, International Affairs, Spanish, and Asian religions and cultures. She's studied abroad more than a dozen times, speaks several languages, including Mandarin, and I'm very glad that she decided to pursue her legal education here at Brandeis. President Dahmer, along with Vice President of our Student Bar Association, Charlie Studemeyer, who was also BALSA President and one of our inaugural Breonna Taylor Fellows, worked so hard to improve communication between the SBA and the law school, and I've been so impressed by their leadership, with their thoughtfulness, their creativity, and determination. I've enjoyed working with you both so much and know that you'll continue to be strong leaders and advocates and honor the legacy of Justice Brandeis. Ms. Dahmer has accepted a staff attorney position with the Children's Law Center in Covington, Kentucky, which is great. That includes both direct service and public reform advocacy. So I'm turning it over to you, and I'm going to remember before I sit down to give you your speech.
Thank you so much to Dean Jacobs for that very kind introduction. Good morning and welcome to the Brandeis class of 2025. Welcome to all of the loved ones who support us. I am so grateful to be with all of you today. As I stand here with you, I am reminded of the message from our first day of law school 3 years ago. We are building a community of collegiality. 3 years later, I can say without hesitation that we have built it. We have built something rare and strong. Together, we've shared not just classrooms and cold calls, late night outlines, hard conversations, and moments of resilience and triumph. We have grown, not only professionally and intellectually, but also in courage and conviction. And we've grown in our friendship and support for one another. While I am so excited to begin practice as a lawyer, I will miss seeing the faces of 120 dear friends each day. As we've been immersed in these demanding years, the world around us has not stood still. Outside these halls, and sometimes even amongst our law school class, friends have gotten married, babies have been born, and life has unfolded in its beautiful, messy way. And yet law school has often felt like its own universe, demanding all of us, leaving us suspended in a space that sometimes feels disconnected from the world in which we live. Today, as we graduate, we step out of these walls and into that world. And we step into a world that urgently needs us as community members and as lawyers. The rule of law is in danger. And while it's easy to feel unmoored, to wonder how we can make a difference in a world that seems to be shifting beneath our feet, we must remember law school has not left us behind. It has equipped us. It has prepared us not only for tomorrow's challenges, but for today's. The principles of due process, separation of powers, and equal protection that we studied in constitutional law just 2 semesters ago, these bedrock principles are not just being tested, they are being eroded in real time. These are not abstract doctrines. They are the foundations of a functioning democracy. And we, are now among the guardians of that democracy. We are equipped with the knowledge and understanding of these principles, and we are ready to defend them. Let us not mistake this day for an ending of our law school journeys. It is the beginning of our service, our duty, and the extension of the care and community that we have built amongst our peers into the broader legal profession. We are entering a profession that stands at the gates of justice, democracy, and truth. We must carry the community that we have built here with us, its support, its empathy, its integrity as we move forward. Let us care for one another. Let us care for the law. Let us continue this community of collegiality. And most importantly, let us use what we have learned to shape a more just society. Congratulations to the Brandeis Law Class of 2025. The world needs us. It is not just a time to celebrate the community we have built with one another here in this law school, in this city, and in this Commonwealth. In February, Brandeis had the honor of hosting United States Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. As we transition from students to stewards of justice, we must remember her words. We educated, privileged lawyers have a professional and moral duty to represent the underrepresented in our society and to ensure that justice exists for all. I call upon all of you, not just to care for one another and for our legal community, but to use what we have learned here to make the world a more just place. Now is the time to support the rule of law and American democracy. The world is calling for our service, and we are ready to answer. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Andy. Yours is the first class for which I had the luxury of, meeting at orientation. So it's especially exciting for me today to be part of your commencement. Your resilience, your perseverance, your leadership have truly been amazing to witness as a class. On behalf of the Brandeis Law faculty and staff, I want to let you know that we are so very proud of you, and I hope each of you feels an enormous sense of pride as you reflect on this tremendous accomplishment. You collectively, as the class of 25 and individually, are remarkable. Being a lawyer is a great privilege. It provides a wonderful career, and it enables you to pursue boundless opportunities. Being a lawyer also means a greater responsibility to our republic as a citizen and as a leader. Your class performed nearly 4,800 hours of public service, and special recognition to Leilana Jones with more than 150 hours. That is outstanding. I hope that you honor Justice Brandeis's legacy and continue to perform public service and pro bono work, or serve on community boards, or run for office, or serve as a judge. Those are all great things for you to do in the future. As you embark on the next phase of your professional journey, I'd like to offer a little bit of advice that has served me as I faced my own personal and professional challenges. First, and it's so apropos of this moment, surround yourself with people you love. It's easy to take relationships for granted when we're busy, but our relationships deserve our attention. It's important to have confidants and supporters who will cheer you on and cheer you up during the hard times, and then celebrate with you during the good ones. Second, don't ignore your interests. Make time for activities that bring you joy. There's always more work to do. Working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week will not bring the same joy as spending time with your family, your friends, or pursuing a hobby. I have never heard anyone at the end of their life lament not billing more hours or wishing that they had spent time at the office. Justice Brandeis believes strongly in the balance of working hard and having leisure time. He was quoted as saying, "I can do 12 months of work in 11 months, but not 12. Work-life balance, frankly, is a silly phrase, and equal balance doesn't exist. It's always a juggle, but please make time for you and your personal life. Third, take chances. I never could have imagined when I graduated from law school that I would be here today. 31 years, that's a long time. My career path has taken so many twists and turns, but they've been wonderful twists and turns because I was willing to try, to apply, and to consider alternatives. You're not going to receive an offer after every job interview or win each case, but that's normal, that's fine. Too often we equate not achieving a particular goal with failure, and that just is not true. Being afraid keeps you stuck. We grow through challenge, so please keep challenging yourselves. Apply for your dream job, or ask someone out on a date, try a new hobby. Finally, be true to your convictions. Your voice carries so much more weight as a lawyer, and I implore you to use it. You worked incredibly hard to have the privilege of a legal education. In a country of approximately 347 million people, there are only about 1.3 million lawyers. And you know, as lawyers, we don't like to do math, but that represents fewer than 0.4% of the population. Use your knowledge and skills to assist others, whether it's providing eviction defense, criminal defense, assistance with an asylum application. Regardless of your practice area, whether it's M&A or family law, as lawyers, you will play a critical role in how policy shapes law and law shapes policy. Andy mentioned a moment ago that we hosted Justice Sonia Sotomayor in February, who's our Brandeis Medal winner. And just last week, she said, our job is to stand up for people who can't do it themselves. I urge you to please use your training and passion to fight for the values that you cherish. Fight to preserve the rule of law, which is a bedrock of our democracy and not a blue or red value. Fight for diversity and inclusion. It is assuredly at the heart of our mission and makes our community, our society, and our country stronger. We live in a time in which chasms have become so deep, it sometimes seems hard to talk about these issues, but it's critical that we do. Your class, this class of 2025, has been particularly adept at leading bipartisan conversations and ensuring that students with different ideologies and viewpoints have had the opportunity to talk with and learn from each other. This year, we had multiple instances of students and student groups who, despite differing political viewpoints, intentionally came together to discuss issues and try to better understand each other's point of view. Special shout out to our FedSoc and ACLU groups for doing that. And I hope that that is an incredible source of pride for you. It certainly is for me and for your professors. And I hope that listening to each other and learning from one another is one of the most valuable lessons that you learned at Brandeis Law. I hope you continue to hold dear the value of respectful dialogue and to learning from those around you. Again, you have truly amazed us during your time at Brandeis Law. We know that so many good things are in store for you. These lights are so bright, and to me, it's a metaphor for the bright future that you all have ahead of you. We cannot wait to see you soar. All of our best wishes. Honestly, it was so bright I could not see my page. Okay, I'm here, I'm back. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Judge Brian Edwards. Judge Edwards has served as judge of the Jefferson County Circuit Court's 11th Division since September of 2009. During this time, he has served as the presiding judge of the Jefferson County Drug Court Program, and from 2017 to 19, he served as chief circuit judge for the Jefferson County Metro Region. Over the course of his judicial career, Judge Edwards has been the recipient of numerous awards, including the American Board of Trial Advocates Kentucky Trial Judge of the Year Award in 22, Kentucky Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers Fair Administration of Justice Award also in 22, the University of Kentucky College of Law Distinguished Jurist Award in 21, and we won't hold that against him, the Kentucky Bar Association's Distinguished Judge Award in 2018, and the Kentucky Justice Association's Trial Judge of the Year Award in 2014. Prior to joining the bench, Judge Edwards practiced law for 13 years, concentrating in criminal defense and civil rights litigation. He was the 2004 recipient of the Louisville Bar Association's Frank Haddad Outstanding Young Lawyer Award. He's taught as an assistant professor in the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Louisville, where he also served as the associate director of the Center for the Study of Crime and Justice in Black Communities. Judge Edwards has also been an adjunct professor with us at Brandeis School of Law, teaching trial practice and advanced trial practice. Judge Edwards is a native of Louisville and attended Northwestern University, graduating with honors in 1992 before attending and graduating from the University of Kentucky College of Law in 1996. He is a proud JCPS, Jefferson County Public School graduate, and he enjoys frequently speaking to the community's young people at various JCPS events. He's previously served on the board of directors of the Louisville Urban League, the Chestnut Street Y, the Black Achievers Program, and 7 Counties Service. He is also a very dedicated soccer parent and president and founding director of the West Louisville Soccer Initiative. He is married to attorney Angela Logan Edwards, who joins us here today, which is so fun. They're the proud parents of 2 sons, including Coleman, who's also here with us, so that's wonderful. A biography can only capture so much. Judge Edwards is one of the first people I met when I started as dean here, and I just remember how incredibly gracious and kind he was, and wanted to talk with me and see how I was settling in and give me some suggestions for the area. And I think that truly embodies his spirit. You heard about the amazing service that he does. I feel like there is no better person to be our commencement speaker today as we think about this Brandeis legacy than someone who honors it so well, Judge Brian Edwards.
Thank you, Dean Jacobs, faculty and staff of Brandeis School of Law, and our soon-to-be law school graduates. Also, a special thank you and for all the mothers that have woke up early this morning to spend their Mother's Day here. Special shout out to my wife and the mother of my 2 sons for joining us. And let's give an ovation to all the moms here. I have a bit of a confession to make to you all, the students, everybody that's here today. After being asked and learning that I'd have the incredible opportunity to speak with you all for a bit today, I got a little bit nervous. I've been asked and I've spoken in front of all sorts of groups before, large and small, happy occasions, sad occasions. I've stood before juries and asked them to spare my client's life on occasion. But there was something about speaking to our future leaders, our future lawmakers on this part of their journey that made me nervous. I keenly remember and think back to my law school graduation day, sitting with my classmates, my family sitting in attendance, and I remember what a momentous day that was for me. But when given that day a bit deeper thought, I was able to start soothing my nerves. You see, with all of those still vivid memories that I have from that day, I have no clue who the speaker was. And I have really no clue of what he or she talked to me about. I just remember being happy that I was getting out of law I very much appreciate this chance to speak to you all and to share what at least I believe are a few words of wisdom that I have learned throughout my journey. The world that we are in today and the profession that you all will soon be joining looks incredibly different than the one that I joined nearly 30 years ago. 30 years ago, when I was in law school, I worked as a sales associate at a record store, selling cassettes and CDs. My friends and I didn't own cell phones. When I started my first post-law school job as a public defender, my boss handed me a statute book and a dictaphone. And he asked if I might find it useful to have a computer in my office. Now fast forward 30 years, and I stand before you all today reading a speech that was drafted by OpenAI. All right, that's a joke, okay. What I'm getting at is that in a relatively short period of time, we've gained access to incredible forms of technology that can make much of the meat and potatoes of practicing law, the legal research, the communicating with other lawyers, with our clients, much easier and much more efficient. But what has not changed is the fundamental essence of the role of an attorney, to utilize your unique skill sets to advocate for and to help your clients in a time of need. And technology will not serve as a substitute for empathy, for listening, and getting to know your clients. The world that we find ourselves in today is also more complicated, tumultuous, and polarized than it has ever been. The mere acknowledgement of the value of different viewpoints and perspectives is being questioned. The importance of sincere and fully contextualized learning is being questioned. And those with differing belief systems and backgrounds, willing to engage in the hard work of finding common ground, seem to be taking a back seat to those who seem more interested in creating a reel that garners reshares and likes amongst those who share their beliefs. So that brings me to a question that I've grappled with throughout my career and that I challenge each of you all to give sincere thought. Do lawyers have a duty to not simply endeavor to solve their clients' problems, but to also endeavor to solve the problems of our greater community? To try to make this complicated and troubled world we live in a better place for future generations? One of my heroes in the legal profession is Charles Hamilton Houston. He was the first black person to serve as the editor of the Harvard Law Review, the first general counsel for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, where he taught. He was the dean of the Howard University School of Law, where he taught and mentored the first black United States Supreme Court Justice, Thurgood Marshall. Mr. Houston had an unequivocally strong position on this question. He stated, "A lawyer's either a social engineer or a parasite on society. A social engineer is a highly skilled, perceptive, sensitive lawyer who understands the Constitution of the United States and knows how to explore its uses in the solving of problems of local communities and in bettering conditions of the underprivileged citizens." I'm a true believer that all opinions and thoughts need to be challenged, debated, with fair attention given to counter opinions and viewpoints. But I'll confess to you that I fully agree with Charles Hamilton. Each of you sits here today having earned that cap and gown, seat that you sit. You've been fortunate to have been taught by brilliant and experienced faculty, to be exposed to legal concepts and a way of problem solving that other vocations simply do not provide. And that is why people in some of their lowest moments will call you for help when they need it. And that is why you will be uniquely situated to provide that help. However, I suspect that every one of you can remember at least one moment when you questioned that decision to go to law school. Perhaps it came when your non-law school friends were hanging out, going to concerts, and taking vacations while you were studying torts or trying to figure out what a fee simple is. I suspect many of you had at least one moment where you questioned whether this was the right path for you. I'll speak from the context of my own personal perspective. Law school was not always easy for me. I coasted through high school and college, cranking up the intensity when needed, not facing a lot of academic adversity. But law school was not like that. I was challenged, forced to take classes and learn concepts that I didn't have a lot of interest in. Like, what is a thesis? I was immature, and I struggled academically for the first time in my life. And at one point, law school and I took a mutual break for me to figure out, was this the path for me? But during that break, I matured, and I refocused, and I came back, and I excelled. But it would be disingenuous for me to tell you that my success in law school was solely the byproduct of me working harder and pulling myself up by my bootstraps. I would not have been given the opportunity to turn things around without people believing in me and my ability to excel. I had people in my life, like my former employer and professor, Allison Connolly, who some of you all may be familiar with. She started the CLEO program here in Kentucky. And my former law school classmate and now wife, Angie, who's here with us today. These folks probably believed in me at times more than I believed in myself. Professor Connolly and Angie are both distinguished lawyers who spent their careers encouraging and believing in people, particularly students and young lawyers who they have taken their time to mentor. And as I look back in my time in law school, one of the most important lessons that I learned was that learning to deal with and overcome adversity would be an essential part of becoming a successful attorney. As I look back on that time, I also now realize that the adversity and challenges that I faced were nothing compared to the adversity and challenges that many in our community face on a daily basis. I did not know exactly what it was that I could do to help address problems in our community, but I did find motivation to do so from those words I spoke to you all about earlier from Charles Hamilton Houston. I decided that becoming a lawyer would give me an opportunity to be a part of the problem-solving process within my community. Our world is in need of lawyers who are, in the words of Charles Hamilton Houston, problem solvers. We need lawyers brave enough to step outside of their comfort zone and to help individuals and organizations in our community who are most in need of help. This might mean helping a nonprofit draft its bylaws and articles of incorporation. It might mean providing pro bono services to those needing assistance in estate planning. It might mean serving as a source of encouragement and a mentor for the next generation of lawyers in the way that Allison Connolly and Angie have done for so many. But now more than ever, it must mean giving your time to speak to others. Speak to students, community organizations, your friends, anyone who will listen about the critical importance of our constitutional principles of due process and the rule of law. This must be done by you if we want to continue to be able to claim that we live in the world's greatest country. Despite the lawyer jokes that we've all heard, the privilege of being able to practice law remains an honor, and practicing law remains an honorable and important profession worthy of respect. Our society is a better place when we have good lawyers plying their craft in a bold yet dignified fashion. Whether your career path means you'll become an estate planner or a criminal defense attorney, a civil defense litigator, or a mergers and acquisitions lawyer. In a few short months, you will be standing in front of a Supreme Court justice with your right hand in the air, swearing an oath. That oath will require that you solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States and this Commonwealth. There are approximately 4.5 million people currently living in our Commonwealth. There are approximately 19,000 individuals currently living in Kentucky who have taken that oath. That is less than 1/2 of 1% of all Kentuckians. That means you will be one of a precious few individuals with the privilege to ensure that the rule of law is utilized not just to punish, but to protect and to improve the lives of your neighbors. As you embark upon your careers, my challenge to you is to utilize that privilege that you've worked so hard to obtain by accepting Charles Hamilton Houston's challenge to embrace the aspirational promise of the words contained in our Constitution and to explore how to use these words to solve the problems within our communities and to better the conditions of our most vulnerable citizens. Congratulations again to each of you, and I look forward to seeing the amazing work that you will be doing in the years to come. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. I hope they do remember that you were our speaker, or remember what you said. I thought it was good. Or maybe they'll just remember that both of us included math, which is just so random. Okay. Okay, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. You've been so patient. Those babies have been patient. And by the way, it's Mother's Day. It's a celebration. It's okay that they cry. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. They're here. It's wonderful. I don't want anyone to be worried. Okay, the moment you've been waiting for, we are going to proceed to the hooding ceremony and awards recognition for the class of 2025. Yeah. The hood dates back to medieval times. The color, purple, for law, indicates both the field and the highest degree. The red and black lining of the hood represent this university, which is proud to bestow the degree of Juris Doctor on its graduates. The draping of the hood represents the symbolic awarding of the degree. Let the hooding ceremony begin. Dean Coel.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean. Mrs. Cole, Ms. Stefanelli, Ms. Brady, and Mr. Hensley, please take your positions. At this time, would the helpers of the 6 child participants please proceed to the children's welcome area. Mrs. Cole has the little graduation puppy she's holding up. Please proceed to the children's welcome area. Marshals Dunman, Martinez, and Armstrong, please take your positions. Grand Marshal Sweeney, please proceed.
Dean Coel, you've probably told all the graduates, but I just want to give a quick visual if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Photo number 1. Solo photo. Photo number 2. Photo with the dean. I love that. That's fun. That is very good. That's very good. I love it. Ms. Dahmer, please come forward. Come forward. All right. On the feet. Loandria, Andy, Julia, Dahmer, magna cum laude, President of the Student Bar Association and ABA Board of Governors, Professors Milligan and Blackburn, please proceed to the hooding. Library Fellow, Academic Fellow, past Vice President of the Moot Court Board, Law Review, Brandeis Inn of Court, Budapest Study Abroad, If When How, Lambda International Law Society, Women's Law Caucus, DEIB Council, ACS, SGA, and ALC. Loandria, Andy, Julia, Dahmer. Very good. Would the family of Allison Florence. Please stand. In 2022, this class signed the oath that you see on the stage, and they pledged to follow the Honor Code and the U of L Code of Conduct. In keeping with this tradition, the student who is ranked number 1 receives this oath in remembrance of this great, great achievement. Mr. Alan Florence, Mrs. Jennifer Florence, please come forward to retrieve the oath on behalf of your daughter. Congratulations to the Florence family. Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Florence. Very good. Okay, very good. Allison Florence, summa cum laude, ranked number 1 in the class of 2025. Senior Symposium Editor for Law Review, International Service Learning Belize, Elder Law Clinic, Communications Chair, ALC, If, When, How, and the Women's Law Caucus. Allison Florence. Amy Dora Armstrong Reyes, summa cum laude, ranked number 2 and the bearer of the U of L shield at the U of L ceremony, the bearer of the Brandeis Shield, retired Major, Royal Canadian Air Force, and the military spouse of a U.S. Army officer, Editor-in-Chief of Law Review, President of the Business Law Society, Ordered Liberty Fellow, Federalist Society, Student Board of Directors, and DEIB Council. Colin M. Aycock with Caroline, summa cum laude, President of the Tech Law Society, Senior Articles Editor of the Law Review, Parents Attending Law School, Business Law Society, and the Federalist Society, Student Board of Directors, Colin M. Aycock. Chandler Ann Flint, summa cum laude, Library Fellow, SBA 3L Representative, Law Review, Appalachian Law Caucus, International Law Society, Student Bar Foundation, Mediation Clinic, Women's Law Caucus, Budapest Study Abroad, and the Elder Law Clinic, International Service Learning, Belize. Chandler Ann Flint. Jamisha Brianna Pierce and Harper. Vice President of the Business Law Society, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, American Constitution Society, Black Law Students Association, Honor Council, Parents Attending Law School, Sports and Entertainment, Student Bar Association, and Women's Law Caucus, Jamisha Brianna Pierce and Harper. Isabella Grace Porter Griffey, cum laude, Budapest Study Abroad Program. Isabella Grace Porter Griffey. Margaret Mary Beck Bowles, Business Law Society, Women's Law Caucus, If, When, How, Student Affairs Task Force, Mediation Clinic. Margaret Mary Beck Bowles. Joshua Michael Osborne, magna cum laude. Law Review. If, When, How, Immigration Law Clinic, Ackerson Law Clinic. Joshua Michael Osborne. Ryan D. Green with Avery, Evelyn, and Eleanor, magna cum laude. Student Bar Association, parents attending law school, and the Mediation Clinic. Whenever, you know. Ryan D. Green with Avery, Evelyn, and Eleanor. Anna Hudson, cum laude, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Mediation Clinic. Anna Hudson. Shane Sorensen, cum laude, Academic Fellow, Elder Law Clinic. Shane Sorensen. Riley Michelle Garrity, magna cum laude, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court for Student Government Association, Senior Managing Editor for Law Review, Research Assistant, If, When, How, Women's Law Caucus, and the Ackerson Domestic Violence Clinic. Riley Michelle Garrity. Kylie Elizabeth Menish and Mason, cum laude. International Law Society, Latinx Law Student Association, President of Parents Attending Law School, Women's Law Caucus, BALSA Student Bar Association, International Service Learning, Belize, and a member of the Student Board of Directors. Kylie Elizabeth Menish and Mason. Therese Montano Goodwin, magna cum laude, Student Health Law Association, Tech Law Society, Business Law Society, Women's Law Caucus. Therese Montano Goodwin. Joshua Brooke Barnes, cum laude. Order of Barristers, President of the ACLU, American Constitution Society, Christian Legal Society, Honor Council, Budapest Study Abroad Program, Student Board of Directors, DEIB Council, and Battle of the Bluegrass and Case Classic mock trial teams. Joshua Brooke Barnes. Shay Marie O'Boyle, magna cum laude. Order of the Barristers, Bluegrass Mock Trial Champion, Federalist Society, Women's Law Caucus. Shay Marie O'Boyle. Wake Crawford Gardner, President of the International Law Society, Vice President for External Affairs of the Advocacy Society, Mock Trial Liaison, Order of Barristers, Ordered Liberty Fellow, Federalist Society, Budapest, Study Abroad, Wake Crawford Gardner, National Mock Trial Team. Tim Hamilton, magna cum laude, Sergeant, United States Marine Corps, Senior President of the Federalist Society, Ordered Liberty Fellow, First Gen Peer Mentor, Academic Fellow, Budapest Study Abroad, and the Brandeis Inn of Court, Tim Hamilton. John Biggs, cum laude, Federalist Society, Ordered Liberty Program, parents attending law school. John Biggs. Alexis Faith Ikarma, magna cum laude, President of the Latinx Law Student Association, past president and 1L rep for ILS, research assistant, academic and human rights fellow, law review, business law society, Brandeis Inn of Court, Ordered Liberty, Balsa, SBA, Christian Legal, Alexis Faith Ikarma. Trevor Christopher Warren, cum laude, first generation peer mentor, member of the Law Review, Budapest Study Abroad Program. Trevor Christopher Warren. Alex Dwight DePriest, summa cum laude, Senior Notes Editor for Law Review. Alex Dwight DePriest. Bobby Seifert, cum laude, member of the U of L Law Review. Bobby Seifert. Brendan Kolbinski, summa cum laude, President of the Labor and Employment Law Society, Academic Fellow, First Gen, Peer Mentor, Student Board of Directors. Brendan Kolbinski. Samuel Matthews, cum laude, Journal of Environmental Law, Animal and Environmental Law, Elder Law Clinic. Samuel Matthews. Samuel Hall, magna cum laude, member of the Federalist Society. Samuel Hall. Daniel James DiGelinardo, cum laude, first generation peer mentor leader. Daniel James DiGelinardo. Alexander Wagner, Specialist, Paratrooper, 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 82nd Airborne Division, United States Army. It's official. Alexander Wagner. Finley Ann Ransdell and Weston. Magna cum laude. Journal of Animal and Environmental Law. Parents attending law school. Finley Ann Ransdell and Weston. Peyton Brooks Gray, magna cum laude. Order of the Barristers, second place Regional Client Counseling Team, Honor Council, Student Bar Association, and the Mediation Clinic. Peyton Brooks Gray. Alexis Lexi Wagner, magna cum laude. Business Law Society, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, ACLU. Alexis Lexi Wagner. Taylor Brooke Allen, summa cum laude, President of the Sports and Entertainment Law Society, Academic Fellow, Arbitration Team Regional Competitor, Business Law Societies, as Student Board of Directors, Entrepreneurship Clinic, and the Women's Law Caucus. Taylor Brooke Allen. Leslie Amanda Whaley Allgaier, magna cum laude. U of L Law Review and the Budapest Study Abroad Program. Leslie Amanda Whaley Allgaier. Alexandra Nicole Stavens, cum laude, member of the Law Review, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, Student Health Law Association. Alexandra Nicole Stavens. Charlotte Bishop Kessinger, magna cum laude, Vice President of the Sports and Entertainment Law Society, member of our Law Review. Charlotte Bishop Kessinger. Grayson Stratton Schroring, magna cum laude, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, and the Elder Law Clinic. Grayson Stratton Schroring. John Douglas Anderson, Jr., magna cum laude, a member of our International Law Society. John Douglas Anderson, Jr. William Yates, magna cum laude, a member of our U of L Law Review. William Yates. Price Surface. Order of the Barristers. Christian Legal Society, Federalist Society, Tech Law Society, Advocacy Society, Price Surface. And we thank Professors Blackburn and Professor Milligan. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. The hooding team of Professor Cannon and Professor Trucio Sainz, please come forward to the hooding area. Irie Ewers, magna cum laude, President of the Lambda Law Caucus, Resilience Justice Fellow, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Immigration Law Clinic, and the DEIB Council. Irie Ewers. Mary Alexandria Herm, summa cum laude. Thank you. President of the Women's Law Caucus, Notes Editor for Law Review, Student Board of Directors, DEIB Council, and If, When, How. Mary Alexandria Herm. Priyanka S. Nara, Student Representative for the Faculty Appointments Committee, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, and ACLU. Priyanka S. Nara. Paul Edward Kellerman, Veterans Advocacy Organization. Paul Edward Kellerman. Nathaniel Reisner, Mediation Clinic member. Nathaniel Reisner. Tyler Brooks Ray, a Brandeis Law School graduate. Tyler Brooks Ray. Elizabeth Jane Hall, magna cum laude, academic fellow, ACLU, Women's Law Caucus, and Mediation Clinic. Elizabeth Jane Hall. Reason Ellen Tuttle, magna cum laude, National Moot Court Team, ACLU, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Law Domestic Violence Clinic. Reason Ellen Tuttle. Martin Andrew Watts, magna cum laude, a member of the Business Law Society. Martin Andrew Watts. Philip Scott Matthews, cum laude. Matthews. Bradley Joseph Dick, magna cum laude. Library Fellow, and a member of the U of L Law Review. Bradley Joseph Dick. Jonathan Crowley, summa cum laude. Order of Barristers, Wagner Moot Court second place National Award winner, Entrepreneurship Clinic, Academic Fellow, and the Brandeis Inn of Court, Jonathan Crowley. Abigail Elizabeth Board, magna cum laude. President of the Student Bar Foundation, Library Fellow, Academic Fellow, First Gen Peer Mentor, Women's Law Caucus, Budapest Study Abroad, and the Elder Law Clinic. Abigail Elizabeth Board. Mackenzie Mary Ellen Williams, summa cum laude. Symposium Editor for Law Review, First Gen Peer Mentor, Mediation Clinic, Brandeis Inn of Court, ACLU, American Constitution Society, DALSA, Lambda Law Caucus, Latinist Law Student Association, and Central High Partnership. Mackenzie Mary Ellen Williams. Catherine Annette Resendez, cum laude. Tech Law Society, Women's Law Caucus, and the Eviction Defense Clinic. Catherine Annette Resendez. Cameron Ganella, magna cum laude. Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow. Cameron Ganella. Sarah Lynn Strickland, summa cum laude. Retired Master Sergeant, United States Army, military spouse, retired U.S. Army, Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Women's Law Caucus, parents attending law school, Sarah Lynn Strickland. Mackenzie Alexandra O'Brien, ACLU, If, When, How, and the Women's Law Caucus. Mackenzie Alexandra O'Brien. Hannah Marie Frierson, cum laude. Academic Fellow, First Gen Peer Mentor, ACLU, If, When, How, Women's Law Caucus, Appalachian Law Caucus. Hannah Marie Frierson. Ashley Wilson, cum laude. If, When, How, Ackerson Law Domestic Violence Clinic, Budapest Study Abroad Program. Ashley Wilson. Megan O'Leary Cano and Nico, cum laude. Trademark Moot Court Team, Secretary, International Law Society, Vice President of Parents Attending Law School, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, and a member of the Student Board of Directors. Megan O'Leary Cano and Nico. Caroline Dew, cum laude. Disability and Allied Law Students Association, Student Health Law Association, Honor Council, Student Bar Association. Caroline Dew. Nancy Kim No, cum laude. Vice President of Communications, Student Bar Association, Chair of the Honor Council, President of the Student Health Law Association, Executive Editor, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Human Rights Advocacy Fellow, First Gen Peer Mentor, Brandeis Inn of Court, Student Board of Directors, DEIB Council, BALSA, ACLU Mediation Clinic, Nancy Kim No. Peyton Elizabeth Rogers, magna cum laude. President of the Disability and Allied Law Students Association, Community Engagement Chair of the Student Bar Association, Secretary of the Student Health Law Association, Immigration Law Clinic, DEIB Council, BALSA, Student Board of Directors, Peyton Elizabeth Rogers. Luke David Schulteis, cum laude. Academic Fellow, ACLU, American Constitution Society, If, When, How, Tech Law Society, and the Brandeis Inn of Court. Luke David Schulteis. Nicholas J. Vaughn, cum laude. A member of the Parents Attending Law School. Nicholas J. Vaughn. Abigail Nicole Byerly, first generation peer mentor, a member of the Tech Law Society, a member of the Federalist Society. Abigail Nicole Byerly. Ainsley Elizabeth Steyer, a member of If, When, How, and the Tech Law Society. Ainsley Elizabeth Steyer. Gotcha. Jacqueline Alex Gaines, Women's Law Caucus, Eviction Defense Clinic, Mediation Clinic, Student Affairs Task Force. Jacqueline Alex Gaines. Paul Daniel C. Madla, a member of the Student Health Law Association. Paul Daniel C. Madla. Michael K. Fields II, cum laude. Appalachian Law Caucus, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, Parents Attending Law School. Michael K. Fields II. Dylan Joseph Murphy, cum laude. Chief Intern for the Office of Professional Development, First Generation Peer Mentor, Business Law Society, Sports and Entertainment Law. Dylan Joseph Murphy. Andrew Michael Cassidy, magna cum laude. Academic Fellow and a member of the American Constitution Society. Andrew Michael Cassidy. Ashley Lynn Peter, cum laude. Chairperson for the First Generation Peer Mentor Connection, Secretary for DALSA, Marketing Director for ILS, Honor Council, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Domestic Violence Clinic, Central High Partnership, and the Student Board of Directors, Ashley Lynn Peter. Paige Kimberly White, magna cum laude, Secretary of the ACLU, First Gen Peer Mentor Leader, Research Assistant, Law Review, Ackerson Domestic Violence Clinic, and Women's Law Caucus. Paige Kimberly White. Elizabeth Highland, cum laude, Vice President of the International Law Society, a member of the Client Counseling Team, Christian Legal Society, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Budapest Study Abroad Program, Brandeis Inn of Court. Elizabeth Highland. Rosanna Lawson, magna cum laude, Treasurer of DALSA, member of If, When, How, Women's Law Caucus, and the Central High Partnership. Rosanna Lawson. Taylor Nicole Cardwell, summa cum laude, First Generation Peer Mentor, Human Rights Advocacy Fellow, Brandeis Inn of Court, Central High Partnership, Mediation Clinic, and the Intrastate Mock Trial Team. Taylor Nicole Cardwell. We thank Professors Kennan and Professor Trucios Haynes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Professor Murphy and Professor Nicholson, please come to the hooding area. Gracie Davis Ovington, magna cum laude, Research Assistant, Human Rights Advocacy Fellow, Law Review, Central High Partnership, and the Mediation Clinic. Gracie Davis Ovington. Michael Spenlaw, magna cum laude, Academic Fellow, National Mock Trial Team, Associate Editor for the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law. Michael Spenlaw. John Hank Neal, National Mock Trial Team, Lambda Law Caucus, and the Eviction Defense Clinic. John Hank Neal. Parker Catherine Guy, magna cum laude, Academic Fellow, Notes Editor of the Law Review, Honor Council Member, and Mediation Clinic. Parker Catherine Guy. Sarah Jane Bryan, magna cum laude, President of If, When, How, Student Bar Association 2L and 3L Rep, Articles Editor for Law Review, Women's Law Caucus, Ackerson Domestic Violence Clinic, Mediation Clinic, Student Affairs Task Force, and Chief Intern for the Office of Student Affairs. DEIB Council, Student Board of Directors, ACLU, and the Central High Partnership. Sarah Jane Bryan. Hayden Zachary Harris, magna cum laude. If, when, how, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Central High Partnership. Hayden Zachary Harris. Emily Caroline Boston, cum laude. Order of Barristers, President of the Advocacy Society, two-time National Mock Trial Team member. If, when, how, Brandeis Inn of Court, Student Board of Directors, and DEIB Council. Emily Caroline Boston. Akriti Bista, cum laude. Senior Articles Editor, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Human Rights Advocacy Fellow, First Gen Peer Mentor, Research Assistant, Civil Rights and Liberties Moot Court Team, SBA Public Relations Chair, Eviction Defense Clinic, and Black Law Students Association. Akriti Bista. Lily Gullett, magna cum laude. Women's Law Caucus, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, If, When, How, Mediation Clinic, Eviction Defense Clinic, and the Arbitration Moot Court Team. Lily Gullett. McKinley Lee Butler. Brianna Taylor, Legacy Fellow, Fundraising Chair, Black Law Students Association, First Gen, Peer Mentor, and the Mediation Clinic. There, my twinlets. My twinlets are graduating. McKinley Lee Butler. Jordan L. Butler, magna cum laude, Vice President of the Black Law Students Association, a member of the Eviction Defense Clinic, a member of the Mediation Clinic. Jordan L. Butler. Carla G. Bravo, magna cum laude, Vice President of the Latinx Law Student Association, Business Law Society, International Law Society, Sports and Entertainment Law Society, Central High Partnership, and the Arbitration Team. Carla G. Bravo. Alexis Mackenzie Kamek. Brianna Taylor Fellow. Undergraduate Liaison for the Black Law Students Association, American Constitution Society, ACLU, Student Affairs Task Force, and the Ackerson Law Clinic. Alexis Mackenzie Kamek. Madeline Elizabeth Garrett, cum laude, Library Fellow, Vice President of the Student Bar Foundation, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, Budapest Study Abroad Program, and the Central High Partnership. Madeline Elizabeth Garrett. Ainsley Elizabeth Gordon, summa cum laude. First generation peer mentor, notes editor for the Law Review, Women's Law Caucus, Budapest Study Abroad Program, and If, When, How. Ainsley Elizabeth Gordon. Andy DeHardit Moradian, magna cum laude. Order of Barristers, Wagner Moot Court second place National Award winner, Library and Academic Fellow, Notes Editor for the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Events Coordinator for Women's Law Caucus, PR Chair for Lambda Student Board, Andy DeHardit Moradian. Amy Bronsweg, cum laude. First Gen Peer Mentor, Moot Court Board, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, Secretary of the Latinx Law Association, and a member of Women's Law Caucus. Amy Bronsweg. Brittany Nicole Soto, magna cum laude. Entrepreneurship Clinic. Brittany Nicole Soto. James Gage Stone, magna cum laude, a member of the Journal of Animal and Environmental Law. James Gage Stone. John Keith Emmetsberger, Brandeis Law School graduate. John Keith Emmetsberger. Ryan Charles Tabor, a member of the Student Health Law Association. Charlize Lene Studemeyer, President of the Black Law Students Association, Executive Vice President, Student Bar Association. Breonna Taylor, Legacy Fellow, SGA, Journal of Animal and Environmental Law, DEIB Council, International Service Learning, Student Board of Directors, Central High Partnership Fellow. Charlize Lene Studemeyer. Catherine Lynn Barker, Director of Events and Professional Development Chair, SBA, First Gen Peer Mentor, Student Affairs Intern, Brandeis Leadership Initiative, Central High Partnership, BALSA, Civil Rights and Liberties Moot Court Team, and the International Service Learning Program. Catherine Lynn Barker. Bailey Kenneth Garden, Vice President of Finance, Student Bar Association, past President of the Appalachian Law Caucus, Treasurer of the Black Law Students Association, a member of our Law Review, Central High Partnership, Student Affairs Task Force, and Chief Intern. First Gen Peer Mentor, Moot Court, Brandeis Inn of Court, Student Board of Directors, Bailey Kenneth Garden. Carcel Desiree Rochester Barrett. D, College of Education, dual degree. SBA, member at large, secretary of BALSA, articles editor of Law Review, Brandeis Inn of Court, First Gen Peer Mentor, Resilience Justice Fellow, Civil Rights and Liberties Moot Court Team, Women's Law Caucus, Sports and Entertainment Law, Carcel, Desiree, Rochester, Barrett. Leilana Jones, Mock Trial Team, Black Law Students Association, Latinx Law Student Association, Tech Law Society, Brandeis Inn of Court, Central High Partnership, Eviction Defense Clinic, and Chief Intern for the Office of Student Affairs. Leilana Jones. Lakin Olivia Wadsworth, ABA representative for the SBA, admissions ambassador, Brandeis Leadership Initiative fellow, student affairs intern and task force member, first generation peer mentor, Appalachian Law Caucus, BALSA, If, When, How, Women's Law, and Lambda Law. Lakin Olivia Wadsworth. Jean Annalise Mack, magna cum laude, a member of our mediation clinic. Jean Annalise Mack. Alkema Jason Woods, cum laude, Vice President of the Tech Law Society, BALSA, Student Affairs Task Force. Alkema Jason Woods. Tasia Aaliyah Thornton, Vice President of Public Relations, Advocacy Society, Admissions Ambassador, Greenbaum Fellow, Black Law Students Association. Tasia Aaliyah Thornton. Mallory Lynn Harrington, magna cum laude, Vice President and past President, ACLU, Brandeis Leadership Initiative Fellow, First Gen Peer Mentor, a member of the Student Board of Directors, and a member of the DEIB Council. Mallory Lynn Harrington. Emma A. Kubash. Dual degree, Juris Doctor and the Master of Arts in Political Science. Law Library Fellow, Budapest Study Abroad, ACS, If, When, How, Student Bar Foundation, Tech Law Society, Women's Law, and Elder Law Clinic. Emma A. Kubash. Mackenzie K. Miller, cum laude, Appalachian Law Caucus, If, When, How, Student Health Law Association, and the Women's Law Caucus. Mackenzie K. Miller. Amelia Grace Barr, cum laude. First Generation Peer Mentor, National Mock Trial Team, Women's Law Caucus, and the Ackerson Law Clinic. Amelia Grace Barr. Jacqueline Ann Roy. Immigration Law Clinic, and a member of our Women's Law Caucus. Jacqueline Ann Roy. Davis L. Elliott, Treasurer of the International Law Society and a member of the Student Health Law Society. Davis L. Elliott. Hunter Barbagallo, a member of our ACLU. Hunter Barbagallo. Thaddeus O'Neill Miller, magna cum laude, member of our U of L Law Review. Thaddeus O'Neill Miller. William Harrison Fisher the Fourth, a member of the ACLU. William Harrison Fisher the Fourth. All right, graduates. I just call him the anchor. I think you all need some energy because when he crosses this stage, all of you, it is a done deal. So let's get some energy. Let's get some energy. Let's get some energy. Here we go. Shane Knuckles, Petty Officer, 3rd Class, United States Navy. Military spouse, United States Navy. Parents attending law school and the Elder Law Clinic. Shane Knuckles.
Can we please give them another round of applause? There are definitely hard moments in life and moments that will be hard in your practice of law, but I hope that you remember this moment where you were surrounded by so much love and support and you take that with you forever. because we could not be prouder of you than we are right now. The Law School Alumni Council would like you to stay involved. We, your faculty, would like you to stay involved. Your law school leadership would like you to stay involved. You know how wonderful it's been to have mentors and hear from alums, so you're an alum. I'm going to introduce Matt Bunnell, who's president of our Alumni Council. He's going to say a few words of welcome.
Thank you, Dean Jacobs. It's an honor to be here this morning to share this momentous occasion with all of you on behalf of the 7,000 alumni who have received a diploma from the University of Louisville Brandeis School of Law. As alum, we know the path you're on. We know the excitement, the uncertainty, and yes, the long road ahead as part of the practice of law. And in the spirit of that journey, I've been asked to share some closing thoughts with all of you. One of my favorite quotes is, "The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit." Each of you planted the seed for your legal career when you decided to take the LSAT, and now today you eat the fruit. After countless briefs, cold calls, outlines, exams, and internships, you are no longer just law students. You are graduates. You've grown into legal professionals ready to advocate, to challenge injustice, and to shape the future. But let's be clear, this is not the end of your growth. The fruit you're tasting today is sweet, but it's also just the first harvest. What you've learned here is only the beginning of what you'll contribute to your community beyond these walls. Every late night, every difficult conversation with a client, every time you choose integrity over convenience, you're building a life and a legacy that matters. So as you start the next chapter with the understanding that this too shall pass, your alumni community wants you to know that you are not alone, whether you choose the courtroom, the boardroom, or the classroom. You're part of a powerful network of men and women across the globe who remember sitting right where you are now. Each of us is ready, willing, and able to support you and to learn from you as your peers. We would also invite any of you who may be so inclined to volunteer your time to help law students to join the Brandeis School of Law Alumni Council. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are so proud to welcome you to the alumni family. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Matt. You will always be part of the Brandeis family, and we'll follow up with that. But I'm turning it back over to Dean Coel for something special.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you so much. The stage party, since it's playing behind you, you might want to turn your chairs around or step aside, however, whatever makes you comfortable.
There's a screen right in front,
oh, there's
so
one
they
there.
can look right there.
Okay, I love that. There it is, fabulous. Thank you, Dean. I love it. Here is your special farewells. First, I want to thank you all for my birthday card. That was so touching, and I was choking back, trying not to cry because, you know, trying to hold it together, right? So, but thank you guys. I love you all. You overcame many challenges, folks. This is your moment, and this is your memory. From me to you. Love you.
convocation, like we're on an ultimate getaway. Been talking about it, but now we made it. Oh, so let's take it slow, take it easy. We got the good life, we got the good life, and this is what it feels like. We got the good life, the good, 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 good life. The good, 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 good life. Feels like the wind is blowing behind us, carrying all our worries away. Feels right that you're the one beside me, beside me. We got the good life, we got the good life, and this is what it feels like. We got the good life, the good, 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 good life. So let's take it slow, take it easy. So let's take it slow, take it easy. We got the good life, we got the good life, and this is what it feels like. We got the good life, the good, 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 good life. The good, 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 good life. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. I think I found it now. What I've been looking for, isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Everything I want might be a miracle. No, I'm never coming down. I don't gotta worry about a single thing. I can feel the light coming down on me. Sunshine on my face, I got sunshine on my face. I don't gotta care in the world right now. Higher than the ceiling, breaking through the clouds. Sunshine on my face, I got sunshine on my face. Yeah, I got sunshine, I got sunshine, I got sunshine. I gotta let you know, it's so incredible. I'm finally letting go. Up, up and away, yeah, we go. I found my flow right on time, and now I know what it feels like to shine like gold. Up, up and away, yeah, we go. I don't gotta worry about a single thing. I can feel the light coming down on me. Sunshine and now unfold. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Living the best day of my life. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Best day of my life. Best day of my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Best day of my life. Best day of my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Grab your bag, pack your coat, walk on out through the door, to the street, to the highway. You and me will go explore by the sea. Read the stories from your book, tie the lines onto the hook. Take a picture by the street, be the best friends we can be, you and me. It's gonna be a good day. All the people we could meet, all the beauty we could see, endless possibility, all the love we'll ever need, we'll ever need. It's gonna be a good day. Chase our shadows down the bay, watch the seagulls fly away, hope to see the Milky Way, say I love you by the way, by the way. It's gonna be a good day. Starting now, we're breaking out, but I'm not leaving without you. This could be our one chance. We'll send a postcard when we're through. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. I'll meet you at the starting line. Don't you ever leave my side. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. If it takes all day or night, hand in hand we'll both arrive. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You wanna see the sunrise, starry nights and endless seas. We're writing our own story. Let's go and make this what it's meant to be. Let's scream it out. Let's go and make this what it's meant to be. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. I'll meet you at the starting line. Don't you ever leave my side. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. I'll meet you at the starting line. Don't you ever leave my side. We'll get there together. We'll get there together. If it takes all day or night, hand in hand we'll both arrive. Yeah, hand in hand we'll both arrive. Hand in hand we'll both arrive.
Love from Dean Coel, so thank you for offering thanks. That gets me every year to see these pictures, but thank you, Dean Coel, thank all of you. Thank you, families, friends. Thank you, everyone who participated. Again, graduates, congratulations, congratulations. We are so excited for you. We're going to ask everyone to remain in their seat right now until the recessional has been completed. Dean Coel, our Mistress of Ceremonies, will finish up. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're so excited for you.
Thank you, Dean Jacobs. All rise. Grand Marshal Sweeney, please lead Dean Jacobs in the recessional and the stage party. Mr. Wiegand, thank you.